For today's watch review, we're taking a look at the Casio A1000, so let's get right into it. For price, you can find this online for around $150. Just keep in mind that this is not designed for the American market, so you may have to pay some steep shipping costs. Let's do a quick 360, and I really hope the camera can catch everything. But here's one side, the case back, the other side. And this is just a very reflective watch. And on the dial you can see that mother of pearl. And there you go. For the dimensions, across the dial we've got around 38 millimeters. And then for case height, we're looking at around 7.5 millimeters. And then a lug to lug of 39.5 millimeters. For weight, it comes in right at around 73 grams or 2.5 ounces. Here it is on my extra large 7.5 inch wrist. Kind of odd seeing a watch as small as this one on a wrist like mine, but I actually like it. Going over some functions and features, starting off with the main display. Very simple. Here at the top we've got the calendar data, and right underneath that is your main time. And that's about it. And that in and of itself is kind of where the watch gets its charisma. You can also see that it has the 24-hour symbol highlighted, which means that we're in 24-hour mode. To shift to 12-hour mode, you would just hit this pusher right here, and there we are in 12-hour mode. And I don't know if this is a commonly known feature, and it might just be an Easter egg, but if you hold this button, hold on, if you hold it, you get the word Casio displayed on the screen. And that's it. Doesn't do anything else, and as soon as you release the pusher, it goes back to telling main time. Kind of like a cute little cool feature. You know, they didn't have to do that, but they did, and I always appreciate those little attentions to details. Now going over the different modes, we've got alarm, stopwatch, and then your adjust mode. So this is where you would adjust the time and the date. And back to your main time display. Very simple, you know, and like I said before, this is sort of where it gets most of its charm, and I very much appreciate its simplicity. For the backlight, you can see we've got that beautiful blue glow, no complaints there. We've also got 20 meters of water resistance and a 3-year battery life. For the bracelet, we've got the Milanese style mesh bracelet, and it just feels of very good quality. I don't believe that they skimped out here, and I'm happy with it. You know, it's not my cup of tea, but that's just because this style is a little bit too maybe delicate for me, but for what it is, I think it is very good quality. Now just going over my personal thoughts, I have mixed feelings about this watch. Part of me really likes it, and it's so fun and charming, and it's got that charisma. And then another part of me is very frustrated because it could have been so much more without much difficulty on Casio's part. So what do I like about it? Well, there's no denying that this watch is absolutely beautiful with the full metal case and bracelet, and then that mother of pearl on the dial. I mean, it's just a handsome watch. And I don't think you would hear anyone complain if Casio continues to put out full metal renditions of vintage watches, because that's what we want. You know, I think we're tired of acrylic, of plastic, of resin. There's really something that you just can't compare when comparing plastic to metal. The finishing is also done in a way that I think is very pleasing to the eye. So I'm not a huge fan of polished finishes, like chrome mirror finishes. But here, you've got it on the main body of the case, but then on top of the bezel, you've got a brushed finish that really brings a good sense of balance to the overall design. And then it kind of all gets tied in together with that mother of pearl with, you know, a little hint of different colors there, especially on a sunny day. And it's not tacky, it's not too in your face, it's not gaudy, it's very subtle, and you know, I'm going to keep using the word like charismatic, but it's got charm, it's got charisma, and I very much like that. And continuing on with the topic of finishing, taking a look at the case back, it's a very simple case back, nothing crazy, no special designs or anything, but the engraving is done very well. And you can see that beautiful brushed finishing, that it creates a statement. So yeah, there's not a lot going on, but with what there is, it's done very well. And another quality that I use to personally judge the quality of a watch is heft or density. And while this isn't a heavy watch, because of its solid metal construction, it has that density that I absolutely love. Now going over the things that frustrate me, and there are three main points here. Number one is visibility. Number two is the 3-year battery life. And number three is the 20 meters of water resistance. From a powerhouse company like Casio, I know that they're capable of putting out a watch with a crisp negative display, 10 years battery life, and at least 100 meters of water resistance. On any other day from any other company, I would be fine with these specifications and these features, but from Casio, I know what they can do, and they have always been the budget-friendly watch company that puts out just extremely good quality and reliable watches. So for the AE1000, it kind of just seems like they put out a fashion watch, like a style-centric watch, just for the sake of being a fancy style watch, which is fine, but I know that they can do both. I know that they can put out a good-looking watch with really good-looking functions and features and specifications. Now, I don't want to focus on the price too much because looking at trending data, $150 actually checks with the level of quality that you would get from G-Shock or Casio. Case in point, if you look at the G-Shock B5000, this is like a $500 watch, and you are definitely not getting $500 worth of stuff. I would say at most it's about a $200 watch, but people love it and people don't knock it for the price. So considering what is socially acceptable for watch prices, I think $150 does make sense. But with that being said, I still think they could have put out the same exact watch with the specifications that we all love and really make this a very powerful watch, like so a small watch that makes a loud statement. Aside from my frustrations though, I still recommend this watch because it's absolutely beautiful, very fun, and it really does remind you of a better time when digital watches were clean, simple, and metal. Also, that case thickness is just the best thing ever. I personally am not used to watches being this thin. A lot of my watches average around 13 to 15 millimeters. So this one, I mean, this thing just disappears on your wrist. You can wear it with a button-up shirt, with cuffs, and it's not an issue. This doesn't get in the way. In fact, it conforms to whatever you need it to do. And that mesh bracelet is also a very comfortable thing. So, very practical and very easy to wear all day long. So that pretty much sums up the review. If you like it, definitely get one. I think this is a must-have in a Casio collector's collection. And if you're kind of on the fence about it, you're not too sure, then I would say give it a pass because there's plenty of other options out there at more affordable price ranges with better specifications. But all in all, still a great watch. You can't really go wrong with it. Very fun and very good looking. So that's all I got to say. I hope you enjoyed this review. Thanks for watching, and for all my dedicated viewers or return viewers, I always appreciate your time here on the channel. Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in for my next episode. All right, bye.